Okay, he's like, we're going to go live. Welcome everyone to Plant Therapies Live, your one-stop shop for natural product news, easy DIYs, and tips for natural living. Let's get started. A lot of people asking about DIYs. That is one of the best ways we delight our customers.
What?
Do you know what that is?
Oh my. Show you how to use those oils and how to combine them. Can customers who have kids use non-KidSafe oils in their home? I think it just puts such a personal touch on the oils.
We're always looking for that sustainable sourcing.
So that's a really good way to use essential oils in your first trimester.
This is also a great choice if you're not a big lavender fan.
And we always try to do the right thing around the world and leave it a better place.
Yes, we do. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we have an exciting show for you because we are talking about all things KidSafe. We have a special guest. We're going to answer questions, do a DIY. But first, let's talk a latte. Em, this is your first time officially on the show.
I feel like I'm so behind.
On the new show.
Like, what do I do with my hands and my leg? I don't know.
We're still figuring it out. This is how I was the last one. I put my legs down. They were under the table. They were crossed. They were uncrossed.
I'll just kick them up on the table.
Oh.
Breaking her mic.
Emilee keeps dropping that.
I know. I'm just going to hold it in my lap.
Hey, I forgot.
Snuggle.
I forgot, which means you forgot, to, we're going to do a switch over to Taco Latte. Are you ready?
Oh.
That's yeah.
There's an
I just
intro.
made this segment intro, so you guys can't skip it. There you go.
I feel like I need to do this at the
Yeah.
end with my hands, like, what are jazz hands? That's what they call us.
Yes.
We're doing some jazz hands for those of you that are
Spirit
listening to us. Okay, so how was everyone's week?
It was good. I had a short week.
Yes,
I
you
was
did.
out on Monday and Tuesday.
Getting spoiled by
Getting
her husband for her
spoiled.
birthday.
And I had like so many customers reach out to me and say happy birthday on my birthday because I heard that you mentioned it to someone. So it's a good thing I'm not one of those people that doesn't like their birthday being shared.
They don't want the attention on their birthday.
Thank you. I loved it. I love every second of it. So yeah, it was a good week and just making some progress on one of my products that I've been working on for like 2 years, it feels like. For my whole plant therapy career, it feels like. But
Are these the ones that are launching in April? I know what she's talking about.
yes, it's a very exciting things coming your guys' way.
It is
Yes.
products that they've been
Asking for,
a
yeah.
very specific and important part of their family.
Yes, very specific. And maybe like a little hairy, depending on, you know,
Maybe he's
This-
also hairless.
this person.
We don't know.
or family member.
Family member. That's a good
Yes.
one. That's a good one. Oh, Katrina.
Is it a
Yes.
back care product?
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, secretly it's for my husband. He is very hairy. So
I really hope he watches this.
I hope he doesn't.
Katrina, how about you? How was your week?
was
Working on anything fun? I heard there might be something fun.
There is something fun. I mean, just talking about new products, we got to work on our roadmap for 2021 this year and get it presented to the team and get everything laid out. And there's
Did you present it to the team yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so many great things coming your guys' way. So excited. We're excited about it, and that's what we worked on this week. It was a big week.
I think a big win for us is like we're planning holiday already,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yep.
Like
Which is really stressful for me.
it's really exciting for me and Katrina. We're like, yes, we're gonna be so far ahead of the game. Anyways, we're really excited about it. So.
Yeah, we are much further ahead of the game this year than we have been in the past, which just means we can do a lot more.
Yeah.
We don't have limitations about, packaging or scents that we
Yeah.
can use. There's a lot more flexibility and possibilities when you're planning that far in advance. So it's
Yeah.
great.
What about you, Retha? How was your week?
You know, my week was just fine. That's about it. It actually was a little stressful of a week for me, but it's Friday, and in the car with my kids, they always think it's weird that I get excited for Fridays. So I had to play the it's Friday, Friday, that song. And I was like, it's not just me. There are songs that are all about Friday.
Friday's a big day. Don't they
I
understand?
know. So I made them listen to that song. But honestly, I'm just excited for a relaxing weekend.
Yes.
That's my truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Awesome. Well, customers, those of you that are watching, listening, let us know. How was your Friday? Maybe just, or how was your week, I guess? Friday? Yeah. How was your week?
Just let us know how you are.
Yeah. Think about it.
Any day
Good,
of the
any
week.
day.
Medium, bad. What do you need for next week? Energy, positivity, maybe all of the above.
Can you
Let
guys
us
guess what Marty said about her week?
It was poof magic.
Poof magic.
Yes.
We know what Marty said. I'm seeing lots of glad it's Friday from customers that are watching this live. Awesome. Oh, something for pets, question mark? You will have to wait until April to find out.
Who knows?
Pets, hairy husband.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the
It's
two.
gonna be something.
Definitely one of the two. Okay, so we told you we were going to talk about KidSafe today, and we are. Katrina is going to share some natural product news with us.
That's right. I love that so much. It reminds me of a 90s sitcom during a transition, so I think that is just brilliant. Okay, so talking about KidSafe, we're going to focus our natural news today on using essential oils with young children. So did you know that even though only certain essential oils can be safely used on or around kids, there are specific dilution guidelines too, and very important to follow because children have thinner skin than adults and it absorbs products a lot more easily. So you must use a lower dilution rate than you would for adults to make sure that your children are staying safe.
Do you have, yeah, we're going to share some examples with you.
Why, yes, I do.
I'm glad you asked.
So let's start with the youngest of children. For children ages 3 to 24 months, we recommend a general dilution of 0.25 to 0.5%. For children 2 to 6, we recommend a general dilution of 1 to 2%. And then once a children is over the age of 10, I mean, they're basically adults, I guess, and they can graduate to using all the oils at the higher dilution rate. But for our younger children, it is so important to make sure that you are following those dilution guidelines to prevent any possible skin reactions that can occur. Very important. So.
I know my oldest, when he turned 10, he very much thought he was an adult.
Yes.
And he's 12 now, and he's still thinking he is, and I keep reminding him he's not. But one of the things that I think is important to note about these dilutions that Katrina just talked about in the natural product news section is we say that our KidSafe line is for children ages 2 to 10, and that's not because you cannot use those products on younger children, but a lot of it is because the dilution recommendations that we're giving start at the age of 2. So if you look at the back of the products and it's saying, dilute to 1 to 2%, that is for the ages like 2 to 10, right? We're giving a dilution recommendation. We're not giving the dilution recommendation for like a 3-month-old or a 6-month-old. And so they can be safely used for children much younger than the age of 2, but just the general guidelines, and when we're discussing those blends and how to use them, we usually start at those guidelines for the age of 2. But they can be used on children younger, just like Katrina mentioned it, at a proper dilution.
I use essential oils with Mia sometimes, and she's just about to turn 7 months old. She actually, my poor baby, she has a lot going on, right? She needs to get tubes because she's really prone to ear infections, and then she had croup over Christmas, and it's just been really hard. But one thing that I really love for her is our Quiet Cough blend, and I actually just use like 1 drop of Quiet Cough in an ounce of carrier oil. So that just goes to show, like, you need a very, very small amount. And most of the times I'm just diffusing even. Like, I'll diffuse in our diffuser, in her bedroom, and just for like 30 minutes just to help like clear, those pathways. So definitely it's possible. We just want to make sure that, all of our customers are doing it safely.
Yeah, and I think I want to add to that too. So one of my sons, he's 9 years old, and Quiet Cough, it's so funny you mentioned that because We just used that the other night on him. And even though I know I can go up to a little bit of a higher dilution, I like to start low still, because a lot of times even starting at 0.5% dilution is really all you need for it to be effective. And then if it's not, you have the option, if they're older, to kind of scale up your dilution percentage more. But it's always okay to start small and see how your child reacts to it. I always think less is better. It saves the blend, it's safe, and then you can kind of scale up depending on that. But just kind of reminded me, it's like, I just use Quiet Cough too. I love it.
And there's a ton of customers that, as soon as you said Quiet Cough, Emilee, we're receiving, those that are watching live, we're receiving a ton of comments saying, I love Quiet Cough. I use Quiet Cough all the time. Love Quiet Cough. Love Quiet Cough. Just like one after the other about Quiet Cough. Laura Knight is asking, I have a 3-week-old. Is it safe to diffuse KidSafe around him?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, and is probably something we will be touching on with our guest. But typically, 3 weeks is fairly young, so I would just do like really, really limited exposure to essential oils. It's typically I like to wait until they're a little bit older than 3 weeks old.
I would say you could also maybe start with a passive diffusing option,
Sure,
like
L'Oreal is
Lotus.
recommending to start with the hydrosols
yes.
at that younger
Yes.
age, and there are definitely some hydrosols that can help with
Definitely.
lots of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good option. But yeah, starting really low, like the amount that you're using, you always want to make sure that it's in a super open room. Yeah, but starting with hydrosols is a great option for teeny tiny new babies.
And depending on the problem, carrier oils can be really great too if it's like a skin concern, or if you're dealing with any kind of tummy trouble. You can do those tummy massages that you've seen. I'm sure that a lot of people have seen online, or their doctors have shown them to help break up gas bubbles and things like that. So carrier oils can be super beneficial as well. So just going back to what Katrina said earlier, start kind of at the bottom and work your way up. And that's not only in regards to your dilution, it's in regards to products, right? Start with the more gentle products first, and then work your way up if needed, especially with babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to get to this one comment from a live viewer. If we are using a KidSafe blend for an adult, would we just use the standard dilution chart still, since the recommendation of dilution on those bottles is for kids? I know I personally often use the kids dilution.
Oh yeah.
You don't usually need very much essential oil. And then if I find that that's not working for, especially discomfort, I think is the one big area that you would probably use a stronger dilution for an adult. But really I'm trying to think of everything else, like immune support, any skin issues. I'm using the same dilution that I use on my kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the news.
All right.
What's the actual name of it? Natural product.
And now we're ready for guests.
Yes,
Guest
we have
time.
a very special guest. This is a guest that a lot of you are going to be very familiar with. Mr. Tyler himself. There was a few slides until we actually got to see you, Tyler. But for those of you that don't know Tyler, Tyler is, he runs our Safe Essential Oil Recipes group on Facebook. That group was started, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago probably. It has, Tyler, how many followers do we currently have on there?
The last time I checked, it was 113,000.
Okay.
Just a few.
Just a few people.
Just a few, but it is a great place. As Tyler, he's one of our certified aromatherapists, so it's ran by our certified aromatherapist. It's a great place to go and ask your questions. And the awesome thing about Tyler is when you are forced to answer a lot of aromatherapy questions, your knowledge just continues to grow and grow and grow. And so Tyler is very knowledgeable, and that is why we asked him to be our guest on this live today. So Tyler, we have a lot of questions for you around KidSafe that you are going to answer for our customers. Is that right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, so who else wants to talk?
Sorry, I got a little distracted.
Anybody? Does anybody else?
So Tyler, Tyler, why did plant therapy make a KidSafe line?
So plant therapy created the KidSafe line back in 2011 to empower families to make safe and effective essential oil choices for their families. Our KidSafe line of blends were not only created for, the recommendations and stuff that go along with it. They weren't created specifically for like children, but they were created to help address and ease common issues parents face with their children between the ages of
Hey,
2
Tyler, I'm going to interrupt you really fast. Danny, customers cannot hear. That they're saying that the echo is so bad. They're commenting, please make it stop. Oh.
Okay, let me.
So we're going to address that. Sorry, Tyler. I don't want you to waste all of your amazing knowledge on, nobody being able to hear you. So we're gonna wait just a minute and see if we can get that fixed.
We can totally fix that. So.
Awesome. Does Tyler? What was that comment? Something about Tyler living. Let's find out.
And does he have the live on?
Oh, does he have the live on? Well, we aren't hearing the echo in studio, so it has to be something with how it's then being fed to those that are watching and listening.
Okay, so Tyler, go ahead and
Sing to us.
Yeah, sing to us.
I'm not singing, but is this better?
Tell us about
Well,
your
if
week,
I have to
Tyler.
keep talking, then I might have to start singing because I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, I've got.
Yay,
Oh,
yes,
way better. All right,
Yay.
here we go. Yay.
Okay, we're good then? Okay, Tyler.
So there's one more thing I'm trying. So.
Well, customer said yay, way better. So.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Tyler, do you want to answer that question again? Why did plant therapy make the KidSafe line? And we'll keep a close eye on the comments.
Yep, so plant therapy created the KidSafe line in 2011 to help empower families to make safe, effective essential oil choices for their families. Our specific KidSafe blends were created to help address and ease some of those common issues that parents face with their children between those, the age range of 2 years old and 10 years old.
It's back. Tyler, this is just not going great. Oh wait, better now, echo back.
I got it fixed. I'm sorry. I just have to turn you guys down. I just turned you guys down during.
That makes sense because
topic.
it's picking
Yep.
up from our microphone.
Sorry, I've got it going directly in. So. Then,
Okay, so
we're
if
trying-
you want to keep Emilee on, or just you can turn Katrina and I all the way down, and we'll just allow Emilee and Tyler so that you aren't moving as many pieces.
Oh, it's fine.
You're sure?
Yeah, I got one thing that I got to flip up and down.
Okay, so Tyler's
has
going
one
to have to
job.
repeat himself for the third time.
Good thing
I'm
this is
so
really
sorry.
good
No,
information.
it's okay. We're good. Okay, so Tyler, do you have it down yet? Because this is the third time that we are going to ask you why plant therapy developed a KidSafe.
So plant therapy, again, created the KidSafe.
Muted now.
Tyler's muted now? Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we can see comments today.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Now it's
I just saw Tyler's face. He's like, really, guys?
I muted the
Number
wrong
4.
thing. Okay, fourth time. You guys ready?
okay.
And-
Maybe instead of repeating everything, Tyler, do you just want to talk just a little bit, and we'll make sure it's okay?
Yep. Is it any better? La 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 la.
I apologize. I think I got it fixed.
Okay, one last time. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. So plant therapy created the KidSafe line in 2011 to help empower families to make safe and effective essential oil decisions for their families. A part of that, we created our KidSafe line of blends, which were created to help address and ease common issues parents face with their children between those ages of 2 and 10.
We got it this time.
Virtual
cake.
high five, Tyler. And I love that you mentioned like these products are made specifically for kids, right? It's common issues that, you know, children have. I love our Poopies blend because my son has like horrible constipation, my poor baby, but I rub that on him and like no problems. And so just trying to say, like, I think that it's really cool that they're very specific to children and their issues.
And speaking of poopies, it's great for adults too. I know my family's just very open, and anytime that I'm just like, oh, I'm, you know, having some, am I allowed to say constipation issues? Someone in my family, my sister-in-law, I think it was Paul's wife that was like, have you tried poopies? Like, it's so matter of fact, it's like straight face, nothing, have you tried poopies yet? Because if you haven't, don't complain to me until you do.
Oh, next question. Why are some oils not okay for kids, Tyler?
So there are a number of reasons why an essential oil wouldn't necessarily be classified as kid safe. You know, if an essential oil has concerns with like being highly irritating to the skin, whether it can cause respiratory issues, whether it has major like drug or medical contraindications, stuff along that lines, or even if there's just not enough research at the time to make an informed decision on whether we would be comfortable using those with our kids. So those are some of the big reasons why we would shy away from giving stuff our kids safe stamp of approval.
Taylor, I think this next question is one that I'm most excited about because we have formed a new committee around KidSafe. So I'd like for you to talk a little bit about that, and then also really what the definition of KidSafe, what it is, and some line expansion that we'll be seeing.
Yeah, so as Emilee mentioned, we have decided as a company to form a new committee we call the Sweet Dreams Team. It's our new It's Safe committee with a collaborative group of 3 plant therapy certified aromatherapists. Lori, Darby, and myself are all a part of this new committee. Um, we meet weekly to review upcoming products and potential essential oil offerings to determine whether they would be appropriate or safe for children, and kind of just, you know, dive into the ingredients and essential oils to make sure that, you know, they're safe and are going to be effective and stuff like that. The process involves a lot of research of GCMS reports and ingredients and just all of that stuff that kind of takes the pressure and ease off of parents so that they can make those safe, informed decisions. Um, a part of the new committee, one of our goals was to just go through all of the essential oils that we sell at Plant Therapy, and went through every single GCMS report for every single batch that we've had from the beginning and kind of just compared these reports with one another to see whether, you know, they were consistent, whether things fluctuated. And one thing that we noticed was that there were a lot of inconsistencies with some of these essential oils, especially ones that we weren't considering kid safe. And as we had more batches come in and we were able to review the GCMS reports, we learned that some of the ones that we weren't classifying as kid safe actually could be used with children. And that kind of got us really excited. So we, you know, pushed through it more and more and more and kind of weighed the pros and cons and looked at the GCMS reports and kind of decided as a group whether or not they could be used safely and how, which brought us to expanding um, our kid safe single list.
Tyler, do you want to share some of those oils that our customers are going to start slowly seeing that weren't kid safe that we are now going to deem as kid safe?
Absolutely. Um, some of the highlighted ones that customers have been asking about for a while are ylang ylang. Davana, coffee, um, carrot seed, Buddha and frankincense serrata.
Yeah, and that's going to, it opens up a lot more flexibility for our customers use products, but more on top of that are the blends,
Yes.
right? There's a lot of blends that because it contained one oil that at the time we didn't feel like met the KidSafe definition. Even if it was the smallest amount in that oil, we have pretty strict policies when it comes to KidSafe, and so the blend wasn't KidSafe. And like Tyler mentioned, going through those GCMS reports, looking at every single constituent, they put a whole presentation together. It was approved by, you know, the executives, myself as a certified aromatherapist. And now we, like you said, now we have some more oils that we think are absolutely completely safe to use with your children, and that just opens up a lot more possibilities for our customers and for the products that plant therapy creates for you here.
I think coffee is a good example, right, Tyler, of one that we switched over to feeling comfortable with it being kid safe. So do you want to talk a little bit about that one specifically and kind of why we changed direction on that one?
So coffee was a tough one. One of the reasons we didn't classify it as kid safe is because you can't really get a full GCMS report for it. It's a really thick oil that just doesn't process right in the machines. But it's one of those ones that we backed by research. You know, we've had coffee essential oil for years and years and years and years and years, and it's not really one that has major concerns. It doesn't really cause skin irritation or anything like that. One of the ingredients um, that we know is in coffee and some other essential oils is um, caffeine. Um, Caffeine is one where, you know, some people aren't going to be comfortable with that with their children, and that's okay. It's one of those things where you don't have to use an essential oil you're not comfortable with. You have that decision. We're just telling you if it's something you want to use, you can. But one of the things we considered when we talked about which essential oils we were going to make kid safe or not was how much of those problematic constituents are going to be in your final product. So when you're diluting it to an appropriate dilution of like 0.5 to 2%, there's going to be a very minute amount of caffeine left in that product. And then you factor in absorption rates and stuff like that, even littler amount of that is going to be absorbed into the body. And the same thing goes with diffusion. While you're not diluting it, when you're diffusing it in the air, there's not much of that caffeine in the air either. So that's kind of where coffee fell and kind of an insight as to some of those. Well, we can't really have a full picture of the GCMS report. We can back it with anecdotal evidence as well as research and stuff like that.
A lot of good comments. First, I seriously was getting goosebumps as I sat here and watched comments from those that are watching this live, because so many of them were like, this is going to be so much better for my family. Thank you for doing this plant therapy. And I think it just really shows how important this research and education is for our customers. So I'm just grateful that you all that are watching live and your comments are grateful to see these changes. I am seeing some questions about when these changes will go into effect. So we will be updating the KidSafe chart. It should be posted, I think tomorrow is what they said on the website, the new updated KidSafe chart. So that will be coming out pretty immediately. The blends that will now be considered kid safe and the singles that we now consider kid safe, those will be updated over time. So it's not something that we're doing like a hard update just because that's a really expensive, to throw all those labels away, relabel, all that kind of stuff. So we decided that wasn't important enough to do a hard changeover. Excuse me. But when we order new labels, we will make sure that the new labels have the KidSafe stamp on it, but the KidSafe chart will be updated pretty immediately. Yes, the labels will change. We'll be adding the KidSafe stamp to the blends and the singles that now will be considered KidSafe. I did see, sorry, just one more question that I saw that was on carrot seed. So Tyler did say carrot seed. Some were like, did he say carrot seed? He did, and carrot seed is, in fact, now we are saying is KidSafe, but it will not be considered safe to use when pregnant. So KidSafe does not always mean that it's pregnancy and nursing safe. And we are working on the pregnancy and nursing safe updates as well, but that is a little bit of a lengthier process. So we are just presenting the KidSafe changes, and eventually we will see if there's anything with pregnancy and nursing that will need to be updated. But carrot seed is not safe to use while pregnant, but it is safe to use on children when of course diluted properly.
I'm so happy to see all these comments of how excited our customers are. And I think it's so wonderful that we're constantly reevaluating our safety standards, especially for KidSafe. And I'm just really excited that you are also excited about it too. It's a big deal for us, and we hope it'll make it a lot easier for you and your families.
I think that the other thing I wanted to touch on is this is something that we've been working on for a long time.
Right.
I remember, 2-3 years ago,
Yeah, at
having
least
a
2 years ago.
conversation with Retha to say, like, this is something that we really need to just dive into and really kind of get our feet on the ground and take a look at making some adjustments. And really, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of research. And like Tyler said, they were combing through every single GCMS report. That's a lot of
For
GCMS
every
reports.
batch of oil that came
yeah.
in, to see consistencies and inconsistencies, it's a lot of very careful work that had to be
So
done.
it's not something that we just made the decision quickly.
on.
It's been in the
No.
works for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was most excited for with the KidSafe committee is just between the three of us, we bring together, over 20 years of combined essential oil experience and education. So there's just been a lot that was involved in it. And like Emilee said, this is something that we started talking about a few years ago, and it's just really exciting to be able to roll this out.
I love that your experiences are all so unique, right? We had your experience as an aromatherapist, but I think the greatest benefit is seeing the customers' discussions and questions and concerns over the past few years, right? And then we have Lori's experience as our in-house formulator, right? She's been our formulator for years and years, and she has that expertise. And then Darby having, she's an aromatherapist. She has been managing and working in our retail stores. And that's a whole nother set of questions and comments that we get from customers from the retail setting. And so having all three of you from different aspects of, your expertise and bringing those all together to really dive into this and make these decisions, I think is hugely beneficial.
Yep.
Okay, so we have some more questions for you, Tyler.
Katrina, do you want to ask some
Sure.
questions? I feel like now I've been talking a lot.
Okay, so Tyler, can you use non-KidSafe oils in the household with kids, and what does that look like?
Absolutely. There are, different ways to use non-KidSafe essential oils in your home, especially for yourself. Personal inhalers are always a great option. They're subtle and they don't affect people around you. So that's an excellent way to be able to just take that with you, use it, get the benefits from it, and just enjoy it without having to worry about any of those potential concerns. For
I feel
parents,
like
older kids, you can use them topically on yourself. When diluted appropriately, you can use them in a butter or a lotion and stuff like that, even in a roller ball. You just have to be careful, like when you have infants that you're holding continuously, just not to use those too much because you're holding them, they're close to your body. You just want to be a little more cautious there. And you can also use them in a diffuser at nighttime if you have older kids that aren't necessarily in your room. You can diffuse them while they're at school, and even in like DIY cleaning products or cleaning products that we are offering on the plant therapy website. If you follow the instructions and you're cautious not to use them while your child's in the room with you at the time of using it, those are some other ways that you can use your non-kid safe essential oils.
Okay. Okay, what's up next, Katrina?
Let's see, we have this question. Are KidSafe blends weaker than adult blends? We've already discussed how they can be used on adults, but are they actually weaker?
Absolutely not. Our KidSafe blends are still formulated with 100% undiluted essential oils that work for both children and adults. Um, while as we discussed, they were created specifically for issues that um, parents face with their children between 2 and 10, they're still effective for different things as adults. So knock and noggin can still be used effectively for adults who suffer from, headaches and stuff like that. But also, like, my two favorite blends are Sniffle Stopper and Nighty Night, and both of those just solve huge, huge problems for myself, especially with my seasonal allergies and stuff like that, and just occasionally winding down in the evening. Nighty Night has blue tansy in it, which is my all-time favorite essential oil ever in the whole wide world. So that's definitely one that I will always have on hand.
KidSafe oils more than our regular line, and that may be because I have kids, but I don't feel the need to purchase like Sniffle Stopper and Respirate. I'm just going to use Sniffle Stopper on myself. It's effective, it works great, and in some cases I like KidSafe options a little bit better.
Respirate used to be the end-all be-all for me. Like, I was obsessed with that blend until we came out with Sniffle Stopper.
Yeah.
And now I choose to only use Sniffle Stopper because I think it works just as good, and it's much softer smelling, so you don't get the intensity of like the eucalyptus and stuff when you're sick, but I think it works just as well. So it is my go-to for sure.
Yep.
Oh, I just saw a comment from Crafty Girl 03. She just was asking, what % would you use a KidSafe blend for an adult? It would, anyway.
Yeah, so we did address that earlier, and actually most often I just use the dilution percentage that's on the back of the label. So whatever it is for children, that's what I just personally use that same dilution. We did talk earlier about when someone's having pain or discomfort, an adult, usually you'll probably need to use a higher dilution at that time than a child would. But for most anything else for topical use, I'm using the dilution that is just recommended. Even if it's a KidSafe product, I'm still using that dilution.
We had a good question from Rose or Rosa. If you could scroll up just a smidge, that might be nice to kind of readdress. I think it was about diffusing with a newborn in the house. Yes, right there. Okay. So if her sister-in-law comes over with the newborn, will the essential oils that have been diffused affect the baby? Do I have to open windows? Would just turning it off be okay? How?
Yeah, I just try and keep it simple, and if the baby's coming over, shut the diffuser off 30 minutes before they arrive, just to give time to kind of let it air out and make sure that there aren't any adverse effects for the baby when they arrive.
Yeah, but most likely, if you're following our regular dilution recommendations, most likely there's not going to be a need to open a window unless you've had it diffusing in a room that, all day that the baby's going to come sleep in or something but if it's just like in the, main living space and you've been diffusing, that I don't really see a need to probably open windows. I think shutting it off, if you remember to shut it off earlier, that could be even better, but I don't really think that there's a need to open windows. I do want to take a quick break from the KidSafe discussion because Meg is asking, is the deodorant all natural and aluminum free, and does it work? Yes, and yes.
I'm wearing it right now.
I'm obsessed.
So
Me too.
is Darby. Yes,
and it smells delightful in here.
I believe it has a 4.8 or 4.9 star review currently, with a crazy amount of reviews on our website. Like, customers are loving it. It is working, and it is all natural and aluminum free.
So
yes.
And I will say that I'm not wearing any deodorant, and I have bathed for 4 or 5 days, and these ladies are wearing the deodorant, and it's
It's covering
even
up Danny's
covering up
stink.
me. So just saying.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, that's too good. Okay, this next question is actually one of my personal favorites to discuss. It's a question we get
too.
often, and I think it's an important question to address.
So why don't we put the KidSafe logo on our non-oil related products? We're talking our bath bombs, household products, lotions. We don't put the KidSafe logo on, but that doesn't necessarily mean, of course, that they're not safe to use with your kids. So I don't know, Tyler, if you have any insight into that one for our customers?
So that was a decision we made as a whole entire company, not to move forward with putting the KidSafe logo on these products. And there's really a number of reasons why this is so. In the case of body care, it's such a personalized it's such a personalized thing where, not every product is going to work for every person, and the intentions of the products are different, and it's just like buying products at the store. They're not labeled, kid safe, not kid safe, stuff like that. But when um, decide whether or not to use a product, you look at the ingredients and kind of research those and make a decision that you're comfortable with and that's right for your specific family. And we know that as a company, not everything's going to work for everybody, and so we just wanted to encourage and empower our customers to dig a little deeper into those things and to look and to decide whether it's the right choice for their family. Um, and at Plant Therapy, as Katrina mentioned, um, we only use the best, the highest quality ingredients that go into our products. And while we don't necessarily have um, concerns or anything that would like make us question whether or not these products would be safe, your family, yourself, and it's really up to you to make those decisions on whether you're comfortable with it or not. And so we just wanted to, again, empower the customer and encourage them to get involved in making those decisions for their families.
I do want to know that, as we've mentioned multiple times, a lot of us have children. Em has a newborn baby, basically. She's probably not considered newborn anymore.
No, she's almost 7 months.
Wait, Em's gonna take a moment. But oops.
Stop making Emilee cry.
I know.
Please take the camera off.
But we all have children, and the people who are making these decisions are those with children, and those that are certified aromatherapists, right? We have a lot of knowledge and education on this topic, and when we, as Tyler mentioned, decided as a company of whether or not to mark these ready-to-use products as kid safe, and we decided not to. One thing that we did decide is if there's anything that does make any of us nervous, we would make sure and put that on the label. So all of these products we're personally using with and around our children. But for example, I saw someone bring up the carpet refreshers, asking if it's kid safe. And we all came to an agreement that as long as your children aren't walking or playing on the carpet when the carpet refresher is on it, we want you to put the carpet refresher on it, let it sit, vacuum it up, and then wait a few minutes before your child or your pet then goes and plays on that carpet. And as long as you're following those, we feel completely comfortable using that product in a home with young children or with pets. And so there might be a time like that where there is something that we're like, we don't just think you can use it however you want, willy-nilly, right? That there's something specific that we're going to recommend just to make sure that you're using it safely. So if at any time we think that there might just be a little extra caution, precaution to take, we're going to put that on the label. And if it's not on the label, then that's our way of saying we feel like this is safe to use in any household. But like Tyler had mentioned, you of course get to do that research on your own and make that decision. But we as a company have to represent or have to give our recommendation when we have customers, and so that's the direction that we've decided to go.
I think one thing for me, just as a mom to young kids, like I have a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old, when we were creating a lot of our body care products, I was looking at products that are specific for children, right? That you go out into your grocery store and are labeled for babies and for toddlers, and just looking at the ingredient deck, like, oh, I cannot believe some of the ingredients that are in those products, and 100% feel so much more comfortable using our products, knowing what goes into them, knowing all of these conversations that we have behind the scenes as we're developing the products. So I think that's important too, is just having an understanding of kind of what's available on the market as well. Our products are very, very safe, and safety is kind of our number one guiding principle when it comes to developing new products.
Yeah.
I couldn't help thinking, oh, sorry, Tyler. I just wanted to mention, as you guys were talking, my daughter, Paisley, has really sensitive skin. So even though we were using a lavender shampoo or soap or body soap or lotion for her that was made for children and for babies, it was not okay for her skin.
Yeah.
So even if it's marked KidSafe, you have to make sure that you do your research for your family.
Yeah.
It's just what Tyler was talking
Yeah,
about.
it doesn't always work. I mean, I can't use products with essential oils on my legs. You know, that's just a fact. I can't. It will break my legs out. Well, with any scent, actually. I have to use undiluted no matter, or not undiluted, unscented no matter what it is.
You have finicky
I don't
legs.
use undiluted. You know, and I'm a full-grown adult with thicker skin than children, right? So you do have to do what works for you.
But yeah, I think something else that's important to remember when it comes to our body care products and our household products are these are beyond regular DIY recipes. They're not something that we just whipped up by hand. They're professionally formulated products that are created with precision ingredients, precision measurement tools to make sure that it's 100%, blended, mixed, and emulsified properly. And that's just something that most people aren't going to be able to accomplish in their kitchen. So some products that would have essential oils or stuff like that that aren't necessarily kid safe, not only are they in a lower amount, but they're also professionally formulated into the product. So you don't have to worry about there being a lingering heavy amount in one part of the product than another. And that's just a key part into that decision making as well.
It really is. That's a great point to bring up. Tyler, I did see one question that I need you to address before we end this section of our KidSafe questions. Is February's oil of the month KidSafe?
It is.
It is a good one.
So many customers asking for hint after hint after hint, and one customer said, "This will be an appropriate hint. Is it KidSafe?"
Yes.
So
Oh, Danny, it's so good.
that's awesome. Tyler, do you have any other words of wisdom that you want to give to our customers about KidSafe?
Not anything that I can think of off the top of my head that we didn't address. I know one important thing that we just released the other day that might be worth mentioning in terms of body care are the new bath bombs. Um, a lot of customers have asked whether or not they could use the bath bombs with their children, especially the ones that have the little squishy toy in them, as they're, kind of marketed towards kids a little bit in a sense. And that's something that, again, is completely up to you as the parent on whether you're comfortable with that. But as Emilee and Retha and Katrina have mentioned before, there are some recommendations and cautions that we have included in that. For instance, with the bath bombs, we don't recommend using them for children under 3, just because there's a higher risk of getting it in your eye and that becoming irritated or accidental ingestion, which could lead to tummy troubles, stuff like that. So it's definitely something that again can be used with children as long as you're using it as directed and you're paying attention to those cautions that are listed.
My son loves them. Like, I'll just tell you guys
yeah.
that. Like, Nyla developed our bath bombs, right? And she knows that Remy loves bath bombs. And so I was working from home one day and I was in my dining room and all of a sudden Remy runs in and he's like, Mom, Nyla's here! And he knows her name because she always brings him bath bombs. And so she gave him his bath bombs. And it's just crazy because we ran out and we were kind of in limbo between launching the product and having testers from Nyla. And so I had to buy other bath bombs and they are horrible. I'm just saying, like, ours, the fizzing lasts so long. It smells so good that my son gets out of the bath and his skin
Silky
is
soft.
so soft.
Yeah.
These other ones, like, barely fizz. Anyways,
My children
big
got some as a gift, a bath bomb, and my son comes and he was like, Mom, do you think that was an actual bath bomb or do you think it was frosting? And I was like, why? And he said, because it just is like sitting in the bath, like it didn't do anything. And I was like, that's because it sucks. That's why you think it's frosting and not a bath bomb. Our bath bombs are amazing.
They're so good.
Like, so they launched, what was it, yesterday? So the day before, so that would have been on Wednesday, my daughter, so I had that other one that was gifted. She was like, Mom, is this the one with the toys? Because they tested a lot of the different toys, so they knew we were coming out with bath bombs with toys. And I was like, no, but it launches tomorrow. So today I promised her I would go and grab them for her because they are so excited. They tested a lot of those different toys and they're so excited for the squishies.
Yeah,
So excited for
I have
the
to
squishies.
jump on the kid thing too. So my son Jax, he's 9 years old and really struggled moving from the bath to the shower. Like, I'm sure he won't watch this, so he won't get embarrassed. But it was a struggle to get him to regularly take a shower because he loves baths. And we finally did it, and he's taking a shower all the time, and now just wants to take baths
Oh,
again.
I don't like
because of these bath bombs, he loves them so much. So it's okay. He's getting out of
They
the bath
probably
like
should-
so soft.
They really are the best bath bombs I've ever used. Like,
They are.
And we're not just saying that because we sell them. Like, they truly are amazing. And even my poor son, because we've been using our holiday ones at our house, right? But this was a gifted one. It looked like a cupcake. And he just was like, are you sure it's not frosting, Mom? And I was like, I mean, I can't guarantee it.
Are you sure it's not a real cupcake, Mom?
I can't guarantee it, but, it was, I went, because he took a bath this morning, and I went, and there's like specks everywhere, because it did not fizz and dissolve. I was like, this is nasty. So, for what it's worth, buy Plant Therapy's bath bombs. Speaking of bath bombs, this has nothing to do with bath bombs, but Tyler, we really appreciate you coming and sharing your awesome knowledge, not only KidSafe related, but just Tyler really just he's well-rounded in his aromatherapy knowledge by, as he has to address all of our customer questions. And I saw comment after comment with customers just being like, I love your knowledge, Tyler, and thank you for sharing it with us, because this is something that customers are used to. So we really appreciate all your hard work on SEOR, our Safe Essential Oil Recipes group on Facebook, as well as coming here and answering all of these KidSafe questions for our customers.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thanks, Tyler. Okay, so now we are going to do a fun DIY. And when I say we, I mean I called Not It before Emilee did. So Emilee and Katrina are going to do our
Come on down.
Quiet Cough
Right.
Vapor Rub DIY.
The camera's gonna be on you until I get that.
Just kidding. I'll be right back.
For those of you that are listening, we have some craziness walking in front of the cameras. They are needing to grab their masks before they get too close to each other. Thank you, #COVID.
Before we snuggle.
All right, you guys.
So I think what I'm really excited about is we are doing a quiet cough DIY.
I didn't even know.
And it was the two of you that were specifically just talking about your most recent quiet cough usage. So take it away, ladies.
I had no idea our DIY even had quiet cough. What a crazy coincidence.
And I'm slightly obsessed with it, so
Yeah.
it's really exciting.
And this is great. So this is a quiet cough vapor rub. So really, we're taking a little bit of carrier oil, a little bit of the beeswax, a little bit of our quiet cough, and mixing it all together. It's a really simple recipe, but super effective and pretty fun too.
Super fun.
It's so crazy how muffly you get when you have to
the
wear a
mask.
mask.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
You're doing
guys.
great though.
Okay, so in here we have our beeswax. It's already melted. This right here, this is a chocolate melter, right? So for anybody wondering like
But it's so good.
how to melt, I mean, you can get just a coffee melter like this. You can get a pan and set like a glass bowl on top of it. That's usually how I kind of do it at home as a nice, safe way to get the beeswax melted. And then we are going to need 3 tablespoons of carrier oil.
Okay. I should just have you do this because I'm clumsy.
No, not according to that pour. This is a good pour. And this is, I think, jojoba, but really any carrier oil, your favorite carrier oil will work.
There you go, my dear.
When you put the jojoba in, because it's colder than the beeswax, I wish we still had the camera above so you can see, but maybe I can kind of.
We're just out of cameras.
Yeah, but it'll harden up a little bit, so it'll take a little reheating. So you're gonna have to give it a minute here, and you'll know it's all incorporated when it's nice and like clear. You know, you're not seeing the little chunks floating around.
What would you use if you didn't want to use beeswax, specifically for vegan?
So an alternative to beeswax would be candelilla wax. You would use.
Can you just say that again? Candelilla?
Candelilla wax?
It just sounds like a fun word to
It
say.
is. It is a fun word to say and to spell. Just so you know, if you're into writing. For candelilla wax, it is a little more dense than beeswax. So you would want to use a little bit less to keep the similar consistency.
And Danny, will this recipe be on the website? I know you have it up so customers can screenshot what they're watching from if you want to save it that way, but will it be on the website?
I believe it's already on the blog, but
Perfect.
I'll find out
Okay.
for sure. But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's on the
guessing
blog
it is
already.
too. Awesome.
Okay, and then we have it all melted and incorporated here. Takes no time at all. And we have our quiet cough, so we are going to add 36 drops.
That's
All
why
right.
I handed it to
I
you.
know, okay. When she handed it, I was like, uh-oh. So I'm just going to do it up here so we can see, and let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3.
At least she's not using like Buddha wood or something.
And for those of you who are just
Vetiver.
listening and not watching, they are dabbing their heads up and down to count the drops.
21, 22,
We're getting close.
Katrina's doing great.
27, 28,
She's kind of counting out loud.
30.
Em, can you do the dilution percentage in your head? So we are ending up at what, 2 ounces? Is that what someone said? So what would be, well, that's not 2 ounces, that's an ounce and a half. So 36 drops in an ounce and a half.
Oh man. So it's 9 drops per ounce is 1%, right? Okay. So this would be like a 4, no, because it's,
It's 18 drops per
A little
ounce
bit
for
less
2%.
than that, like a
Okay.
3%.
yeah.
Yeah, about a 3%.
Oh,
And
don't
because
make me math,
this
guys.
is used like really in kind of a specific area, you're not putting it everywhere.
Right.
It's like a really for a specific need. That higher dilution is okay. A-okay.
Oh, I'm slacking, Katrina, geez.
You're just being
I'm
being
supposed
pretty.
to be, you know, your assistant.
Customers are on here saying 4%, 2%, 2.5%. I don't think any of us know what we're talking about.
We have a dilution chart on our website under the download section.
So it would be 3 for 1. So that's 4.5 for 1 ounce. See, that's too hard of math. But we're doing 1.5,
Can I phone a friend?
about 2.5%.
I'll talk to Emma about seeing if we can get that information.
I mean,
beforehand.
usually I can do the math, but when we're talking about 1.5 ounces, it makes it a little bit
That's
harder.
what threw me off.
2 ounces, you know, we could easily do.
So this is what we made. We ended up, each of these are roughly about an ounce size, of a little sample size. So it's about 2.5 ounces. You could also use a tin if that's better, or a lip balm carrier if you want to rub it on that way. It'd be a great idea. So yep, once it's done, you would just pour it, let it sit and harden, and then it's ready to use. So nice and
It
simple.
smells so good.
It does.
I
It
love
smells good.
quiet cough. It's such a beautiful recipe.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking one of these when we do.
I know. Can I have one too?
You can have that one.
Sorry, Retha. You get the half one.
You get the little
I
baby
get the
one.
half one. That's okay, I'll take it.
All right, so
take
we hope
it.
you guys
Thank
like this.
you.
Yes.
All right. Well, are you guys ready for a game? You can go ahead.
Oh, good.
Thanks. It was a little shuffle.
Great timing. We do have a game and then a giveaway to end this live. So the game is Name That Essential Oil Blend, hashtag KidSafe Edition.
So this is a really fun game. We're going
Makes me
to-
nervous when he says that.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
know.
up on the screen. But I also have it, I believe I have it here. Oh yeah, here we go. So I have the slides on
Great, so
nice and big
customers
for them
can
as
see.
well.
For those that are watching.
So for those who are listening, we're going to describe what you're going to see. It's a very visual game.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you 2 pictures. So this plus this is represent what KidSafe oil. Are you guys ready?
This sounds
It'll make
fun.
sense as we go. Okay, first picture is
A nose
a nose plus
plus
a
Stop sign.
sniffle stopper up
That-
in the house.
Ding, 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 ding.
I feel
You
like
got-
we need buzzers. My husband does this to me when we're watching Jeopardy.
sorry.
And I'm like, no, you have to wait until they read the full question.
It's not there.
Let's do it.
I said stop sign before I said sniffle stopper.
I know, but you didn't buzz in.
Let's have the first person to sneeze gets to answer the question. You guys ready?
That seems like it's COVID appropriate. Okay,
Or,
I'll be slower. I'm sorry. I'm not usually good at these games, Em.
How about the first person to go with just a Zerbert?
I think I'll just hold back and wait and let
All
someone
right.
else get it right the next
So
time.
sniffle stopper. That was good. All right, are you guys ready? Somebody put snuggle stopper.
Oh,
Snuggle stopper.
that
Yeah,
sounds
that
sad.
was Valerie
So
Klein.
if you really want your personal space.
Yeah, don't snuggle.
Snuggle
I mean, it is
stopper.
COVID season,
Yeah.
right?
It is COVID, that's true.
Okay, next, whatever.
A picture of a park with a path going through it. It's pretty
Or
flowers.
trees. You know, the trees are the biggest.
And trees. Oh, okay. And then some little girls hugging.
Okay, Retha, I'll let you guess this one.
Do you guys not know it?
I'm sorry. I told you I would give you 2 a chance.
I'm gonna guess happy place,
Well, that's a good guess,
but it's wrong. Okay.
but it's not right.
But it's wrong. He said it's related to. Oh, I see the right answer.
Oh.
Yeah, look at-
Lara Medina's guess was Forest Friends.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
good.
Whip, whip, whip.
Such
All
a
right.
good guess. I think that's the only one that, for those that are watching live,
Tree
that's
huggers.
Tree huggers.
I like
That's
that
our
too.
new blend. All right, are you guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, this is a picture of a smiling emoji
Or a happy face.
or a happy face, and plus a first place medal. Do you want me to? I'll guess. No, I'm gonna wait for customers. to guess.
Katrina, you look
okay.
confused.
I am.
A
What's
happy face with the first place
Oh, it's the
medal.
one I just did, the happy place. I was getting thrown off because there's a little sparkle on the smiley emoji, and I'm like,
Sweaty
sparkle
first.
first. Happy place.
Happy place.
One of my favorite KidSafe blends. I'm a little embarrassed. I did get that right off the bat.
We're a little embarrassed for you.
Smile ribbon. Tiffany's guess was smile ribbon.
I like that. Smile ribbon.
Smile ribbon. All right, next one.
Oh.
Sugar cubes and
A little kid sleeping and dreaming
of sugar
and
plums
candy.
and a car.
So,
It's a
In
little
a
out
car.
there.
and a card,
Oh,
yeah.
I think Carla got it. She guessed sweet dreams.
Bing, bing, bing,
Sweet
bing.
dreams.
Good job, guys.
I also
sugar
saw
plum.
lots of sugar plum
Yeah,
guesses,
that
which was a
one.
great guess
Yeah.
too. That's actually was going to be my guess,
Oh.
Yeah, if it would have been just
but it's not necessarily
the
kids safe.
dreaming.
Danny made me draw sugar plum once, and that was really hard. Just letting you guys know.
All right, what is this? What is this?
That's the alligator mouth you
Is it-
learn in third
Is
grade.
it greater?
Greater than.
Greater than sign and some luscious lips.
Ooh,
Little
Luscious
kissy
lips.
marks.
It
Is
is
there anything greater than luscious
than
lips?
lips? Or is there anything greater than a mama's kisses on an ouchie?
There really isn't.
Better than kisses.
Better
yeah.
than kisses. Greater than
Greater
kisses.
than kisses.
All right, guys. Good job, though. You guys are getting these good.
Oh, yeah.
So these pictures are a hand knocking on a door, plus the back of a head with someone maybe grabbing it, scratching the back of the
Scratching it.
head. Yeah.
That's a head.
So what is this one?
Oh, I saw
Yes.
it. Knockin' noggin.
Knockin' noggin.
Knock it, knock it.
Diddly-dee-dee.
Knock knock, Tiffany said. Who's there?
All right.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, this is a good one. This is, it says Hakuna Matata, and it has a picture of Timon and Pumbaa and Simba. Hakuna Matata. It means
No,
no
worries
worries.
for the rest of your days.
That's my
It's
favorite
a
so far. I
problem
love
free.
it.
Yeah, I love that.
Philosophy.
All right. Golly, you guys are good at this.
We should
Okay.
have more of those singing ones.
Okay,
Maybe
this
next
one,
time.
we have a picture of a little boy looking like he's sitting down doing his homework with a little light bulb coming up. And the second card is a picture of a clock
Yeah, I
that's
don't.
like going.
Going backwards? It looks like it's going backwards, but
Yeah.
that may just focus on the clock. Then you won't be confused.
We are getting lots of guesses. A plus attention, and the new name for A plus attention is
Study
study
time.
time.
Yay! That was my first oil that I ever used. Was A
Was
plus
A plus
attention.
attention?
Really?
Just fun fact. Okay. I
Oh.
wonder if you can get
We
this
may or
one.
may not have talked about this one earlier.
Ooh.
This image is a poop emoji.
That's it.
That's it. It's
But it
the
looks
poop
happy.
emoji. It is a happy
A
poop
smiley
So it's not like a.
poop.
Yeah, it's not a poop that's just.
It's not a poop
stuck.
that's stuck
Not
up in
struggling.
the... Yeah.
It's a poop that is easing its way through happily.
Easy.
Very happy.
I had to use the word. The correct answer is poopies.
Yay! Good job, everybody. Very proud of you. And that is our game.
That was fun. I liked that
That
game.
was really fun.
That was a fun game. Okay, time for our giveaway. Danny is going to tell us how we are doing it.
I forgot what the giveaway was. Is it? Aren't we giving
We're
away?
giving away our top 3 KidSafe set.
Yeah. So we are still refining how we're doing these giveaways. But for right now, on all 3, we're giving away 3 sets. So each social media platform. So Facebook and YouTube. As you've commented today, make comments. Continue to make comments until I think midnight tonight.
Yep.
Same with Instagram. And we are going to choose 3 winners. We will reach out to you and let you know that you've won.
Yep.
We're trying to simplify things so that you guys we make sure you get your stuff. We're not letting it slip through the cracks.
So those that are watching live, if you haven't left a comment yet, go ahead and leave your comment. And for those that will be watching after the live, we will be posting this on Instagram, and you can leave your comment there on Instagram, or you can continue to leave comments on YouTube and Facebook. Again, you have until midnight tonight to leave your comment, and then we'll be randomly choosing 3 winners, 1 from each platform, to win our top 3 KidSafe set. So good luck, everyone, on that giveaway.
I was going to also mention they were asking about the gift that we were going to give away for the holidays. I don't know if you guys are okay with this, but I put a sticker in front. So there is an exclusive sticker that we are going to send you guys. And this isn't the only thing.
And it's adorable.
It's so cute.
And this sticker is especially awesome because it was made by, this sticker was,
Drawn by
Drawn-
Sabrina.
by Danny's daughter, Sabrina.
I cannot believe she drew
Which
She's
is
such a
really,
good
really
artist.
awesome.
cute.
Yeah.
And she
It might
did
be
in,
my
like,
new
5
favorite
minutes.
sticker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty adorable.
I know. I wonder if it's going to fit on the back of my phone.
Unfortunately, there were only enough. I only have enough for the gift. This is very exclusive. We wanted to make a
Yep.
special gift for you guys. So if you didn't, there was 900, almost 900 people who responded. when we were expecting 200. And but we have enough to give it to all of you, whether you're international or not. Anyway, I'll give you some more information as we get closer to that. But
Okay.
there's a little hint to what's coming.
Awesome.
So fun.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone, on our Plant Therapy Live, your source for natural product news and education. If you enjoyed today's show, we always ask that you share, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channels, follow us on social media, so that even more people can take part in these educational DIYs. And then next week, we will be coming back, and we have a special guest, Bradley, who is going to be joining us, and he's been here before and you all loved his hair, so just saying, come back because he's going to be talking about spring products and the difference between therapeutic versus
really
fragrance and what that means in our ingredient list. So make sure to come back and join us Friday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time next week. Happy plantings.